crew chief when you need
Oh
one.
my gosh. I don't even know what I did. That's one of those things I have no idea what I did. It took the camera out to a new window, which I did not know it could do. It might be useful for the future.
Yeah, it could be. That is interesting. Interesting as it is. Yes, the hallway did get painted yesterday. Much rejoicing.
Holy cow. All right, well, good morning. Here we are. We've made it. Somehow.
And, and I'll do my shilling. It's Pilgrim from the correct side of the Atlantic with a Guido mug. Buy one today. Cheap
Yeah.
as chips, these. You can buy two for the price of a good cup of coffee.
And I got my Christmas Tank Museum cup going on. I've got my backup cup too. Yes, Shro tags. Go Gators. All right, representing for the daughter. How's everybody doing this morning? If I am coughing, and I apologize clearing my throat, I was out in the yard yesterday mowing, and I am so sinus stuffed up right now. It's unbelievable. Absolutely struggling with it. All right, where are we, guys? Battle Pass, I'm on 97, as you can see. I have 3 tanks left for the 100 points tier 6s. So I've got the AC-4, the Sturb 74, and the Achilles. These are all pretty good. I'll have some ace tanker replays for you guys later. Those were pretty fun. So once those are done, I don't know what I'm going to do, Pilgrim. I guess I'll just play whatever.
Well, you need to drop down to tier 5 just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Since you're so used to seal clubbing now, you might
Tier-
as well stay there.
Tier 5 doesn't give you battle pass points, so there's no sense in
It doesn't
seal
matter,
clubbing.
it's just a seal club, isn't it?
There's no sense in. I hope I'm a novice when I get down there, or whatever they call it.
Yeah, did you see that? I hope we're going to talk about that. That's an interesting concept by Wargame.
Yeah, think I'll be a novice.
Well, I wouldn't mind being a novice, but we don't actually qualify anymore, do we?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Why?
Well, I want to take all this experience that you've taught me and take it down to tier 4 and just be top dog for once instead of being the Hercules that holds up the team on the end card.
Just try to wreck the game. Just try to. Hey, thanks, MC. MC 950 with the follow. Appreciate it. Wait a minute.
Good morning to you, sir. You're up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Good
that's a
grief.
sub, not just a follow. Holy cow! Thanks, man. There was a follow 21 minutes ago, and then a sub
Right.
right after that. Welcome. Welcome, MC 950. Appreciate you coming. That's awesome. The Achilles is good, yeah.
I like it. I
It
like
does need more depression. The depression is depressing. That's a fact.
That's a quote of the week, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that is a fact.
Yeah, it
Kedge,
is a bit.
Stickler, Wayne, very bad crawl. Is it crawl or cruel? I guess it's crawl. Krell?
Very
See
bad
Stickler,
crawl.
Randall, Cliffy's in the house. That Pilgrim guy is here. I think we said Wayne.
Oh yeah, that's
What
the
else we
one.
got? There we go. It seems like everyone who's chatting anyway. Welcome to everybody else who's just watching. Very much appreciate the views, the follows, the subs, all that good stuff. I actually played some EU this week. Do you know why?
Wonder why?
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little while later. The Watt apocalypse.
Yeah, yeah.
Next stream, I don't know. I think Wednesday. Did we do it Tuesday? We did it too. That was my day off. I believe it's Wednesday, so expect it to be Wednesday. And tomorrow afternoon will be Stack Up as usual. 2 hours over on stackup.org. And then on Wednesday. I've been playing a bunch of DCS too.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
You got in there with low blow a little bit, didn't
Yeah.
you? He's pushing that hard, isn't he? He's really into that now.
I'm learning how to fly the F-16, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It must suck when you get killed and you must think, I'm a better pilot than this. I really am.
well, I mean, you gotta do it right, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do it right. If you make a
Gaming
mistake, it
attack.
gets punished. A lot of these guys have hundreds and thousands of sorties.
Yeah.
Gaming sorties, but still, the concepts are the same. The ranges, everything that, without getting into details, but the concept of what you're doing is the same as if you were actually flying.
Really? Is it
Yeah.
that realistic then? It's
It is
everything,
real.
all the buttons and everything else?
It is realistic, again, in conceptual arena.
Right.
That,
Right.
missiles shoot and they have a range and some are active and, Geometry is geometry when you're doing intercepts.
Yeah.
The energy on the missile and the jet matter. All those conceptual things. No, it's not exactly right because in the real world you just have to fly the jet. There's the G's, there's the noise, there's the vibrations, there's the smell, there's the stress, there's communications harder because you're on actual radios and equipment's not always 100% and yada 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 yada, as you well know. When you actually get in whatever it is you're training with, and no kidding, do it. But again, the concepts are the same. It's
Right.
you don't change geometry, you don't change energy states. Those are what they are. So
I mean, you can't overpull G or anything like that without having the effects and all that sort of
well,
stuff.
see, that's a good example. In the actual, we're already off onto a tangent.
We are.
For example, in GCS, I can yank on the stick, say the F-15. The 16 won't let you do it because it's got a G limiter. But on the 15, I can over G the airplane all day long, and Bitch and Betty can be saying over G, over G, over G, over G. I can be running around at stupid speeds, over G'ing everyone, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
You can eventually break the tank and explode. Some of the airplanes are modeled a little better in that way. So you just simply would not do that in the real world because you're bending the jet and you're putting your life in more danger than you need to be.
Right.
So in the game you can do that. In the real world you can't. That's a great example of the difference.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair because I've noticed when low, or even in fact when you played and you pulled those G's, the screen darkens right up. You know what I mean? As if you were.
That's simulating the G's. That's simulating, G lock or loss of consciousness. The first thing that happens is your vision starts to go tunnel vision,
right? Okay,
and then it just blacks out. That's the oxygen, blood, but oxygen really leaving your brain and your eyeballs because the G's force it down, down towards the lower extremities.
You've got that pressure suit on because it keeps it.
Yeah, because your heart doesn't. It creates a pretty good pressure, but under 9G, it's not enough. It doesn't have enough pressure to put blood up into your brain because the G's are overcoming that, and now all of a sudden there's no blood or oxygen in your brain, which is how I operate most of the time. But
I was going to say I normally operate without blood to my brain. I sort of like just stoop my way through life.
Yeah, very dense Cro-Magnons like me, it doesn't hardly affect us. It's
dear, oh dear.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, let's do tanks, shall we?
All right, let's do some tanks. Now, the next stream is what we're talking about. Expect it to be Wednesday.
Right.
Okay, a little bend on the wings or fuselages, never heard anything. Never seems to cause problems in the. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've seen Top Gun. They do all sorts of wonderful things there.
For any new people, I do have a code out there, an invite code. To be honest, I have no idea if it works. I know they haven't worked in the recent past. I should check on that.
You're not going to say that word, are you? You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it, are you?
Guido grind.
Oh dear, oh dear.
There it is.
There's images of twerking Guidos all across my brain now.
Yes.
Stop it.
Get on it. All right, that's it for intros. Welcome to everybody. Let's talk about mission special. Shall we shill?
We should chill.
Yeah.
Earn our dollar.
Remember, people, this is what we do. We shill around here. I need to really figure this out. I don't know why I always have to do this. All right, there we go. Oops, there we go. That's what I want. Excellent. What is for sale, my friends? What is for sale? Well, it's World of Tanks, Wargaming, so everything. Mostly. Everything. Except for Type 59s. Here's a new one I hadn't noticed before, but all in one April, you can get 12 tanks for $250.
Yeah, I did notice that. That is.
I sort of added this together. It's not really. It's not really a fantastic deal.
No. But it works out £200 sterling. That's a lot of money.
It's $250. That kind of answers our question the other day. We were talking about the conversion rate.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sort of hits it.
It sounds like it's more like 1.25 or so, as opposed to 1.5.
Yeah, it sounds about right now.
Yeah. I counted up the tier 8s here.
Very petrol, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. I counted up the tier 8s, and it's, I don't know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tier 8s. If you consider them $30 a piece, that's only $210.
Yeah.
And a couple of them might be slightly less than that, and some of them a little bit more. But even so, that's not an amazing deal.
No.
It's a weird group of tanks too. Like, what's the connection? I can't figure this one out. It just seems like somebody went, here, put these tanks in there.
Yeah, probably the I think probably the most popular.
Really?
Grouping.
Dude, I don't know.
Well, if you have a look, you've got the Barask in there, haven't you? The Suma, that's popular, isn't it? 50 TP is a popular tank. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But is the Action X really popular? I don't know.
No, not really. Not unless you do front lines. No.
And the tier 7 Krupp Stare is not super popular. 244, I don't think. But those are the lower tier ones. The Gross Tractor, why is it in there? Who knows?
Why does that exist?
I don't know.
Oh dear.
So the Gross Tractor's not great. The 4190 is really good. The Hawk 30 is average to slightly below average. The Krupp is okay, but it is what it is. It's a slow TD with no armor. The Object 244 is average at best. IS-2M is the best of the IS-2 versions / IS versions, tier 7.
Yeah.
The Suma's quite good. The prototype's really good. The Suma's quite good. Slow, but can surprise people. Of course, the Barask is very good. The TL1 LPC is a pretty good medium. Above average, slightly above average, somewhere in there. The Carnarvon is average. And the VC is really good for a tier 6, such as tier 6s. So I don't know. That was weird. That just seemed like a random. Here's,
It probably was, actually. I mean, there may have been some thinking behind it, but, I mean, the Barask is a good tank. I like to say the 50 TP. I quite enjoy it for a Polish heavy. It's quite happy.
Yeah.
Maybe it is just what's in the bag, throw it on there.
What is chat talking about right there?
Well, they're talking about a various number of things. Was a tier 6 premium. Very Bad Crawl was after a tier 6 American heavy premium. ISP and ping is all over the place. But I think that's the infrastructure on the East Coast is probably kicking it all over the place. People are getting 200 ping to the EU. That's
really?
bad. That's bad. I mean, I'm the other way around. I only get 100, maybe 110 max on a normal day. I'm fine. Really, it's playable. The only time I see 200 is when the odd time when it goes bad.
Texas Red Eagle, what's happening? Good morning to you. Yeah, packet loss. So everybody's running these. We'll talk about that in subjects du jour, the whole server thing. I wanted to get people's input, but it looks like we're getting input now. Oh, Heisenberg's getting a 16? You dog. You dirty dog. Yeah, MC 950. Mine increased a little bit as well. Yep. All right, so we've got these duos going on for sale still.
Yeah.
That was last week as well.
It is. For me, it's a struggle because they'll put a good tank with a fairly mediocre tank and say, if you want to buy the good tank, you've got to have the mediocre one as well.
I have never bought a two ship like this. Now it might be, and I don't remember. I haven't bought a tank for a very long time. Maybe they weren't doing those 3 or 4 years ago. I don't remember. But I've also never looked at one of these and went, "Ooh, that's two I want." At least I don't think I've done so. No. I don't know.
You'll get a good one with a mediocre one.
Yeah.
Not necessarily bad, but a sort of thing that nobody really wants, does it?
Now, if you're in the market for those two, and those, whatever the two are, they're usually a pretty good discount. Barask is still for sale, guys. It looks like 4 days on that one. So if you're looking for Barask, and the Offspring,
you still can't get the Barask on its own, though, can you? You've got to buy it with the skin.
Correct, and that's the same thing as the Offspring. So it's going to cost you a little bit more. You're going to get the skin no matter what you do. So nothing major on the gold. I actually sat down. Here's some Pilgrimnomics, and we got some more for you probably later. But I looked at this and I went, "Hey," and then I got the calculator, started calculating out, and I said, "What would happen if you bought? Say you just played on the weekends, and you bought this 3-day package every weekend for 52 weekends? Would it be a good deal?" And I'm not going to do the math because it is a good deal, except for the fact that there's only one available to you.
Yeah, yeah, that's the trouble, isn't it? It's not. It's not. Yeah, it's not an ongoing thing, that is it?
Now, here's what I don't know. If anybody has bought this, does it show back up? And if so, how
Oh,
long does it take to show back up?
good question.
I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see it not letting you buy it over and over and over right away, but I wonder if it
yeah, yeah,
regenerates
yeah.
at any point.
Well, it must do. Surely it must do. After you're quite right. Not have it so you can do it and buy a year's worth in
Right.
one go.
Right.
But surely after a week or a 24-hour period or whatever, it should show up again. Surely.
I don't know. So if it
I
does,
might
and
test
it
that.
happened to be weekly, that's actually not a bad way to do it because you end up with 26,000 gold in 52 weeks,
Yeah.
3 days of
I might
premium.
test that out. I might test that out after this.
Yeah, premium for a
Oh,
weekend, and then
yeah.
a bunch of gold, 5 million, I think, or so. What, 5.2 million gold?
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
know.
Wow. That's always CC territory, that isn't it?
Something to think
Five,
about.
5 million gold.
Silver.
Oh, silver. Oh, all right.
Five
I thought
million
we were
gold.
getting into
Yeah,
CC territory there.
it's 50 bazillion silver and 5.90 million gold.
Yeah. 7011 million.
Yeah, that reminds me of an old George G.W. Bush joke. The generals debrief. This is back in the day when 9/11, right after 9/11, and they said, "Sir, I got bad news to tell you. We lost four Brazilians. Four Brazilians in Afghanistan." And he's like, "My God, I didn't even know we had four Brazilian people there."
Oh! Brilliant. I like that.
Oh man, poor GW.
Yeah.
He got a lot of grief. All right, Specials,
Yeah.
same thing with the double tanks. I don't think there's really much to report, guys, in the for sale stuff. Some of this is exclusive, so either Twitch or Prime Gaming. I keep screwing that up. Either Prime Gaming or because of my veteran thing. So it's hard to parse which one of these you guys see and which one you don't. Oh, look at this. The 103 is out. I didn't know that.
Wow.
That's an exclusive, though. I don't know what that comes from.
Let me just see if I've got what. Ooh. No, I haven't got it. Yeah, it
I
must be
wish
something you've signed up to.
I wish it would say why it shows up for each individual.
Yeah, be useful, wouldn't it?
My assumption is this is a Prime Gaming thing, but I can't prove that. Maybe somebody in chat's got an idea. I know we go over it almost every week, but I forget. I forget. All right,
Forget.
what else? That's it for the shilling. So that was a weak effort.
It was a very weak effort, wasn't it? But the problem is we haven't got anything new to shill about. I mean, it's all pretty much what it is, isn't it?
We do
So,
though, but we're gonna
oh,
get
we
to
do.
that. Yeah,
We
we're
do.
gonna get to that. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Let's see what is happening here. Not a whole bunch, guys. Did you guys know that the game was down for almost a day?
No. When did that happen?
I don't
Last
know.
week sometime.
I don't know. It wasn't a big deal at all. It wasn't a big deal at all. I see. There's nothing else in here, man. It's just this is a weird. It's a boring time.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
what is?
there is the novice. There is the low tier novice matchmaking improvements. Isn't there?
Yeah, that's.
Sure
Yeah,
is.
this update 1.12.1 could have been a patch overnight and never mentioned, and it wouldn't have mattered.
No. Yeah. Because it had no effect whatsoever on the game whatsoever,
Right.
did
The
it?
novice queue. Nobody cares.
No.
Sorry, guys. I suppose you might care if you're brand new.
I see. What's the mechanics behind that? Because it's saying that if you have played games in tier 7 and above, I want to say, that you're not considered a novice. However, there's a little one-liner at the bottom which says, if you have bought tier 8 premiums, you will still be considered a novice if you haven't done the grind. So you could have a garage full of tier 8 premiums and still be classed as a novice because Wargaming said you've not done the grind up to tier 7.
Yeah, that's the way I read it. Is that true? Does anybody in here a novice? And I doubt it. There's probably nobody watching who's actually classified a novice. But if you are, let me know what you've... or has anybody started a new account just to kind of see that act go on?
But that decries the whole raison d'etre of novice matchmaking. Is that you could have somebody who's got 20,000 battles in all these premium tier 8s, and he's going to go and sit on, on whatever leaderboard is going to come out of the novice group, and he's just going to smack everybody to death, isn't he? That's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, Wayne, if you haven't played anything in a tier 7. But there's also a blurb in there, though, that says at some point you will show enough skill to be not a novice. So you can't just sit as a novice by not playing a tier 7 forever. There's some trip point at which you'll become a regular player.
Oh, that's the word. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was trying to think of the word regular. Hey, a regular player.
That's it. Those are the only two. That's the entirety of the skill based matchmaking in this game. Novice and regular. Which it used to just be regular. Like everyone was even as a regular. But now we have this one step down. You're a novice.
Well, it won't be long before we have skill-based matchmaking then, will it? We'll have unicoms fighting unicoms, regulars fighting regulars.
And you have to fight and fight to become regular. By unlocking a tier 7, which should take you about 3 weeks. Yeah.
Wayne likes being regular at his age. It comes with the territory, to being regular. Oh dear. Bots, yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's what the coffee is for, the regularness.
Exactly. Keep you regular.
Mm-hmm. So I just found something in this article as we were talking that I didn't know existed till just this moment.
Okay.
And why is it buried in the update 1.12.1 article? Have you guys noticed this? That if you scroll down, there's a list of stuff coming.
Scrolling down now, sir.
Why is it buried in this article?
Oh, wow. It is, isn't it?
So apparently from May to June, which I did not know, we're going to get another Steel Hunter. We're going to get Tank Brawl 7v7 again. Fantastic.
That's good.
Look at this. Spring Challenge, a brand new premium. Probably that German medium. What KPZ, blah blah 70, whatever, KHPZ 70 or whatever the heck that is.
Okay.
Remember the one that was recently?
Yes.
We talked about last week. I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Brand new premium vehicle. Yeah.
Some kind of Memorial Day thing.
Good news.
And then that's pretty hot on the heels of update 1.12. 1.13 is going to be in by June.
They must have something they need to put in there. There must be something they're desperate to get in.
So there you
I
go.
wonder what that could be.
They needed something of interest for the article. It's a good point, but good Lord, why is it buried in... Who would...
Why would you put it in there? In the
I can't comprehend it. I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah.
What the actual F is it doing in the middle of the 1.12 update article?
It's got nothing to do with it, has it?
Nothing. Not a damn thing. Nothing.
Because most people would look at the front screen of the 1.12 update go, yeah, I know about that, I'm not even going to click on it. So they wouldn't even go to that particular information.
Well, to be fair, I'm sure somebody sat down one day and like, I wonder what's coming up in the tanks in the next couple months. Where would I find that information? Oh, I know. In the 1.12 update article, which is supposed to tell me about... Yeah, that's where I would go.
Of course, how stupid of me. Absolutely. Ditto. Struggle, isn't it?
I just can't get over. I have no words for.
Yeah, I've lost words. There is nothing in the vocabulary that actually fits the way I feel about this.
I like. Oh, watch this. This is fantastic. They have a whole link for the list. The let's see what happens when we do this. Oh wow, look at all those. Don't you think that this article here could have incorporated that amount of information and been done?
Quite possible.
But it's got an actual link to go somewhere else. Oh, and you've got an actual link to go to here too. This is an entire other article, which is half a page.
It's all a secret. You're not supposed to know. That's what it's about.
As I always say when I'm having at them, I love you guys for gaming, but sometimes your web design people. This is a great example in design of using functionalities for the sake of functionalities. Right? There's no actual reason this article first needed to include this, because this could have been in a separate article. And there's no reason this article needed two buttons to go to pages which were easily incorporated. Take this page and this page, make it update 1.12, done. And you didn't need to build a button. You didn't need to have another page, which had to be tested and edited and
Well, I guess they have to keep the employment level up in the company. So they've probably got 10 people working on this. Because they need to do that.
See, because I'm interested in this the whole internet thing and the creation part of it and the gaming part of it and everything else, I'd really be fascinated to talk to the person who did this and ask them, what was in the brain pan.
Yeah, you've got to look at. I mean, they must have. This is an assumption, but I'm assuming that they've got some form of parameter to work towards, and some form of end result that the wargaming company requires from what they did. So they must have had. Okay, this is what we need. Go ahead, use your initiative, and plan it. And then it just all went out the window, and they just chucked anything in there. They went, there you go. How about that then? And everybody went, yeah.
Well, you have to assume there's some kind of web page copywriting,
Well, it's got to be,
editing professional
just
staff
there, yeah.
that's working on it. It just seems like web page creation for the sake of creation without thinking about it. But I'm sure, like I said, I made a mountain out of a molehill. All right, that's all that stuff. I don't think we do have a double XP weekend, I believe. Is that this weekend?
Oh,
No, that's old. That's old. That's
that?
old. No, that's old. We do have some kind of weekend going on. Actually, you wouldn't know what kind of weekend because it's not even there.
No, because there was some downtime apparently, and it's broke and whatever.
There's no article on this weekend's special,
There's
is there?
nothing, is there? Nothing. What's Commander AF's code, by the way? Because I didn't get it.
Oh, it is Time Flies.
Okay. Time flies.
Time flies, guys, and it is a Chrysler K rental with boosters and then a mission for a box of cola and a decal.
A decal.
Your rental may say T26E5 Patriot, but it actually is a Chrysler K. At least that's what she said in the video.
No. No, yeah. She's leading you on by the nose there, isn't she? Promising you the earth, and she's going to drop you down.
Now, to be fair, mine says Chrysler K. I'm just reporting I'm just parroting what she said in her.
Okay.
But I don't see any information on what's going on this weekend. It's a ×3. I know that because I can see it right there in my garage.
Oh, there it is, isn't it?
So, that being said, let's go find out in the UI.
Yeah, let's see what there is in missions.
What just might be happening here. Monkey and 2 squirrels with some loose nuts run the... Crowd tank, I can't discount that. Sometimes you're just not on your game, you know what I mean? That's thank you for your service. Weekend bonus, there we go. Mission 1, Mission 2, the finale. Oh, this is actually not bad.
It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that.
Five lots of kits, large kits, that's handy.
That's actually decent. That's cool. And then you get some decals. What do we got? Mist. And,
Yeah, you get that free anyway.
well, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. We're going to get into that. We're going to get to that. Here's Commander AF's mission. It's destroy 10 vehicles. You get the... Oh, it's 5 times cola. She didn't mention that. Well, that's cool. So you get 5 colas and 6 diving eagles. Ooh, I like it. Eagle F-15.
Nice.
Twin engine, twin tail, McDonnell Douglas fit. Whatever product, that's a word. I think that's it, folks. That's really all the mission stuff we got going on. Bat Chat's on track. Is there another on track right now, or is that it right now? Nope, the Sheridan. So the Bat Chat and the Sheridan are on track.
Sheridan, yeah. What's that code again? Because it's not working for me. Time flies.
Time flies. F-L-I-E-S, not F-L-Y-S.
Oh, okay. Yep, sorry. Spelt it wrong. Spelt it the British way.
It's not like time flies, like flies that go through time and
okay.
avenge the past and fix the timeline, which would be a pretty good movie, I admit.
Dear.
But it's as in it's flying.
Okay.
Flies.
Okay. Get it.
I guess
okay.
it's plural, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a plural of fly. You're quite right. Okay.
The newest blockbuster from Hollywood. Time flies. Oh, is it a romantic comedy? No, it's a group of flies that travel through time and fix the space-time continuum.
Yes.
You mean like the bugs? Yeah, the bug flies. They throw up on stuff and it changes time.
Yeah, and they have to eat lots of future poop to be able to travel back again. So there you go. Okay.
But not too much, because even eating if you eat too much future poop, that could change the future. So you got to be careful with that.
There is that conundrum, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know, how can they affect the past with the future?
And you could bring back a future disease.
Yes, like COVID.
Yeah.
Or you know. Or
no, Woody, not like Ant-Man. They're flies, completely different.
Yes. The big bad is a large purple fly swatter. Yeah, exactly. In the future, there would be this purple fly swatter that could travel through time.
Yeah, it's just some old lady sitting on her porch. You know, she's the ultimate indifferent, monster. Just smashing flies right and left. Naturally, one of the time flies would make friends with a current fly in the future, and that fly would die, and then there would be a big problem.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, all that. Where were we?
I don't know, but I think somebody needs to write that movie down, because we just about got it fleshed out.
I think we really need to look at that, don't we?
Yeah.
Cool.
Or perhaps never talk about it again.
Oh, maybe not. No,
Yeah.
It's not a subject that we need to bring back into the World of Tanks world, is it? Really?
Yeah, we don't want to bring it. Yeah.
No,
we don't want to reach back in time and talk about it again.
We don't, because we might bring time traveling flies back with us, and we wouldn't want that, would we?
No.
Okay.
Time fly.
I don't know where we got on this.
Let's see. Subject du jour. Let's talk about the Watt-pocalypse.
Yeah.
Where were you guys when World of Tanks was nearly destroyed on Monday? Friday? Well, what the hell was it?
Sometime in the past.
It was Friday. Friday the 23rd of April.
St. George's Day, by the way, but yeah, we'll get to that.
St. George's Day. WGNA has their head low this week. Yeah, so you were mentioning that earlier, Cryo. So they have no kidding not, they have not streamed since Friday. Is that true? Do they usually stream on the weekend?
Isn't that funny enough in itself, isn't it? Talk about chicken shit, but anyway.
So, I'm just trying to gather my thoughts on it because it's kind of funny. People got bent. I think most people took it in stride, but some people got pretty bent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they do weekend streams, Cliffy. That's why I asked the question. Only they've done it recently, a few weekends, but they've had some weekend events going on that they stream for. Usually they're off on the weekend and they don't do weekend streams. So it might be interesting to see what happens on Monday. Now there was compensation, guys. In case you did not know, all you have to do is log in. There's no code or missions or any garbage like that, which is nice.
Quite a
And
nice package, to be honest. And there was a little addition for the veterans as well.
now here's the thing, though. Somebody in chat, tell me what was not on that compensation list. Let's see if we get a winner. Blow, what's happening, man? How are you?
G'day, Low Blow. Australia.
Low Blow's channel for DCS. All right, where was... I'm mad, I'm not going to take any more. Wayne's ready to rabble rouse. There were some comparing wargaming to Amazon, Google, and the like. Oh, God. Battle Pass. Winner, chicken dinner. You guys all got it at the same time. Why? Right? What? Anybody know why? Now, there was some chatter in the CC channel. I didn't read it deeply because I don't read very well. I'm not very smart.
Yeah.
Now there was compensation for the what is this thing called, referral program?
Yeah.
Which they have to actually hand jam. I don't think they have to do every. They've built a script that will kind of find people, but there is some manual motions that have to happen, and it takes some time to make sure all the people who are in the program get it. I suspect that maybe the battle pass points are similar, but at the same time, I can't see why just dropping 50 battle pass points on everybody would matter or not.
Or even just extend it by a day.
I don't think they can because it is game wide.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't, and I don't know, but I think that's probably a little difficult for them to do because it's controlled from the mothership. But I don't see why WGNA could not, unless that's the same problem because it's controlled from the mothership. I don't know. I'll ask the question, but pure speculation on my part. I know nothing about it, but I do know that we didn't get any extra battle pass points or extra day or whatever.
Right.
Good point, Kedge, but that can be argued with everything, right? You can just play when you play, and you're still going to get stuff. Why do you really think? I think the only thing, in my opinion, the only thing on that list that you can't get back or whatever is your premium time. And I agree with dropping a premium time or two on people.
Yeah, because you've actually paid cash for that.
Correct.
That's a fair one. Yeah.
And it's running, right? You can't stop it. It got used
stop
up by not being able to be used up. So 100% drop the premium time on people who had it. And the gift of a premium day for people who aren't, premium people is great too. So that's valid, 100%. The rest of it, entitlement. Why do you think you deserve this? This, and I'm not coming down on one side or the other. I'm just chucking out thoughts on this because it's part of the whole. Immediately on the forum, one of the very first things that happens is, "What's our compensation going to be?" Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. But that's the forums, isn't it? I mean, that's what you get at the forum. You get the whole breadth of society on the forum. You get from the Neanderthals to the scientists, to the rocket scientists, don't you? On the forums, on the internet.
Yeah.
And of course, you're going to get people who are entitled. Where I play this game and it benefits you, wargaming, not benefits me. So where's my goodies? Get out.
Yeah, that's right. That's good.
You know what I mean?
I play this game to your benefit. You owe me. No, it's a game, dude. You're supposed to be playing it for fun. I'm not. Somehow you've reversed the stream, and I don't know how that happened. How did the synapses go from that to that, buddy? I don't get it.
Oh dear. Exactly.
Randall brings up a good point.
There's things in life that you don't get compensation for, and there's one of them. Randall Green says his ISP doesn't compensate me for outages. I mean, I have the same. I've got a guaranteed provision by, I'll name the company because it's okay because we're out in America, British Telecom. So what they've guaranteed me is that if my ISP goes down, they will bring me a dongle which I can plug in and I can carry on. But by the time they've done that, they've normally repaired the problem. So what's the point?
Well, here's a great example locally. I wanted to go lunch yesterday with my son. I'm like, hey, dude, let's go eat. He's like, where do you want to go? I said, let's go to Chipotle. That's kind of our traditional place. We both like, the fresh food they have. It's pretty good stuff. I get a bowl.
Yeah.
He gets a burrito. Everything's copacetic. I like Chipotle. When it's not trying to kill me with E. coli. That was years ago, though.
It's part of the joy, is it not?
But he goes, well, they've been closed for like 2 weeks, and nobody knows why. I'm like, what do you mean they've been closed for 2 weeks? Well, it's been, no kidding, 2 weeks since we've gone, and they've been closed. I've been there a couple times, and there's just a sign that says we'll be reopened soon. So who knows in the age of pandemic what it is? Not enough people working. Maybe they got hit by the health department and had to clean some stuff up. I don't know.
Yeah.
So apply the logic of compensation to that. Should I have busted in there, kicked the door down when they were open, like,
yeah,
lay a burrito on me? I've been trying to come here for 2 weeks and you haven't been open.
I want 2 weeks worth of free burritos right now.
Yeah, I normally eat 3 burritos a week. I'm gonna need 4 burritos just to keep my service, keep my.
Dear.
I don't know.
Blood sugars levels up or whatever. You've caused me mental health problems now. I'm having to see a counselor now because
Yeah, Kedge.
Cliffy makes a good point, Guido. I thought the same as you, Cliffy, when I first read it from dear Anton. A power outage. What modern company in this day and age doesn't have the facility to deal with power outages, i.e. backup generators, i.e. some sort of backup? It doesn't ring true, but it's obviously what they're telling me.
No, if Amazon Web Services are one of the big three, I think there's the big three big ones: Google, Amazon, and maybe a couple others. And who knows who they've contracted with? I don't know where their stuff is. They wouldn't tell you. Why would they? It just makes it easier to find them or whatever. But I suppose you could pretty quickly figure it out, but with an internet search or two. But anyway, they make their living off that not happening, and they have backups to backups, and they have mirrored, stuff. So if it goes down now, when you make a big move like that, though, that creates vulnerabilities no matter what you do. I mean, you've probably done that in the military. I've done it too. You're moving a unit from place to place. There is a period of non-connectivity. You can send a forward hookup, in the case of, say, a headquarters that moves, it's leapfrogging with your unit. You send a tearaway or whatever, depending on what you call it, doesn't matter. It's a small group of people who can bring a basic capability to a point, bring it up, and then take over command from the guys back there, and off you go. But there's always a risk in that move that something goes stupid. However, it's the interweb. There's so many different ways to do it and not have that happen. And this was an extraordinarily long, really, period of time. And it's a good question, And Cliffy's saying exactly what I said. If it was that bad of a power problem, it feels like whoever those people are would have a lot more customers. And you might have heard about other websites being down or things having problems. This seemed to be directly wargaming. Period.
Yeah.
Now it
was
World
of Tanks, period, because World of Warplanes was still operating, and so on and so on. It was only World of Tanks
and World of Warships.
And World of Warships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Was World of Warships moving their server? Does anybody know that? Were they moving at the same time? Yeah, crowd. But is it really the same servers or the same spot? I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe they're trying to go to. Again, I'm kind of out of my depth, but common sense wise, it seems odd that it lasted that long from a power outage. Right, just on the face of it.
Now there's a good point Randall's making, because Wargaming actually rents the servers, don't they? So given that there was this major move on, maybe at the planning stage, they didn't. He's talking there about high availability.
See, there you go. He's got more info on it. So there's probably 14 more levels to it than I know.
Yeah, and a lot more than I know.
Yeah. I mean, you guys make a good point. The contract could have been not good enough to handle the problem. There was a physical problem. They would have had multiple backups if they were paying for it. Maybe they weren't. They were paying for a certain service and they got unlucky. And that happens. Something happened, and they're like, "Hey, you need to fix this." Like, "Yep, contract. We'll get to it. When we get to it, we get to it." That kind of thing. So it did come back
also,
before.
that was the other point that was made, I think, on stream, was that declaring that they wouldn't be ready until Saturday and then coming in early, it makes them look good to start.
Well, that's expectation management. There's a lot of those games within
Yeah.
games going on. And if a contract, again, we're so far in speculation territory. But I mean, if a contract, for example, if a contract said 24 hours, that doesn't mean it can't be done in an hour or 30 minutes. It's just the contract says we will be done in by this,
Yeah.
but anything in between is possible as well. So.
Well, I get that. I get that with my my internet provider. He tells me they can do X amount of megabytes downloads per second as an expectation. Whether I get it or not, because I track it all the time, is a different matter.
Oh yeah,
They'll tell me, So,
yeah, that's always in the contract. It says up to, which you never see.
Yeah, I've seen it perhaps once when I first paid for it.
Yeah.
No, there you can have that now, but you're never getting it again.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's always the danger with these big moves, though. So that being said, now that we've speculated about the Wattpocalypse and the people screaming and moaning and crying, God, it's incredible. I I think most people were reasonable about it and had a joke. There were a couple conspiracy theorists that, oh my gosh, they've shut the company down. We've all played our last game of tanks.
Yeah, did you read that in the forums? There was one thing on the forums saying, "It's over. It's all over. Pack your bags and go, guys. It's done. The server's closed." It's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
One day, it's like Thanos. It isn't. I am inevitable. The end of what will happen at some point.
Yeah.
But, some of these.
The thing is, Guido, with that, we need advance warning because I've actually invested into this game for at least another 12 months with the premium I bought. So don't be switching me off tomorrow. I've still got 500 days of what premium to go yet.
Yeah. And I think one of my commanders is good till 2099. There he is. So
Beyond your life.
I'm expecting to be playing still in 2099. On December 30th, 2099, I will assign Yuri Gagarin.
It's something you can leave in your will, isn't it?
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be like a cyborg or something.
Right?
Yeah, I'm going to be.
A cyborg.
Yeah, I'm going to be a cyborg.
You still have the beard. We'll have a stick-on beard on your metal face.
Yeah, a cyborg beard. However that works. I don't know, little wires or something. I don't know. Yeah. So you guys be there. We'll be streaming on December 30th, 2099. I will assign Yuri Gagarin to whatever tank. Probably the 52nd version of an IS.
Yes, it will be. It'll be the ISZ, or Z, as you guys call it, and it'll also have attached to it 5 jangling keys, says Wayne.
Correct. Correct.
Oh dear. Yeah, stem cells and steroids for Guido to keep him going that long.
What makes you think I don't inject myself with those right now? Look at my youthful exuberance.
You're actually 100 years old and 7'4", aren't you?
I am, in fact, a time-traveling fly in human form.
You are indeed, yeah. Yeah, we should all go for a burrito.
You've seen the movie The Fly, right? What makes you think a fly didn't get in there and get turned into a human because the little speck of the human was still in there?
How much sugar do you put in your coffee? Is it like about a pound or 2 pounds of sugar into your coffee? Yeah.
Speaking of the movie The Fly and time-traveling flies.
Okay.
Do you suppose The Fly's version of that story is a little bit different?
I bet it is.
Yeah.
I bet it's like, oh my.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to be this big bag of crap. What the heck, man?
This whole bag of human bones and skin. It's horrible. He can't.
I'm the best thing that happened to this guy.
He doesn't want to eat poop. What's going on?
Holy crap! All right,
I
let's
don't
move
know.
on.
We're
But
on one today, aren't we, mate?
yeah, we're on it. We're on one. Oh man, do we want to get into this? Let's not get into this yet. 2801, the 2801 is coming back, guys. I'm assuming a premium version of it with the 10.5. Remember the derp on the
Yeah.
2801 that was so popular?
Yeah.
And naturally, since it was popular, they took it away.
Yeah.
This little guy, remember this guy had a little short 10 centimeter, 10.5 centimeter gun
Yeah, it had the little
or millimeter or whatever it is.
little whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be cool. Who
Yeah.
knows? Tier 6. Aren't those. Ooh, I wonder if that's the next. I wonder if that's the gift tank for the Watt anniversary.
Oh, that could be. It could
Because
be,
they've all
couldn't
been
it?
six right? The
Yeah.
T50-2. Yeah, that has to be it. Because the T50. These are tanks that have come back. The T50-2, the. What else? What was the other one? What was last year's?
Gosh, my brain went blank.
What was last year's, guys? Super Hellcat. Super
Oh,
Hellcat
Super
T50-2.
Hellcat, that was it.
Was there one? There was one other.
There was one other. Hang on, I think I've got it somewhere. Not. Ba-dum.
Yeah, classic tanks that they brought back. They were all sixes. Super Hellcat. Super Chaffee. There it is. Thank you, kid. Super Chaffee.
Chappy. There you go.
So is this going to be the Super 2801? No, because T50-2 doesn't have Super on it, so it won't be that. Or it doesn't have to be that. Let's put it that way. Cool. Super Chaffee, Super Hellcat, T50-2, and now the 2801 Derp-nator thing. Cool. So that's Guido's guess on what's going to go on with that. 28.01 MIT 105. Good. 10.5. Cool. Everything is super duper.
Can I ask a question? Completely. It's about World of Tanks, but completely off subject.
Okay.
I've just done that code for Commander AF. I've got my Chrysler GF rental. Sorry, Chrysler K. But I've just noticed in my garage. This is terrible. You've got so many tanks you don't even know what you've got. I've just noticed I've got the Chrysler K GF. What on earth is the difference?
One says GF.
But yeah, I know that.
Grand finales. Grand finale. There was a thing back in the day when Wargaming was still running their own leagues.
Oh,
when they had their own league play. Every year, the grand final, during the grand finals, they brought out a grand finals version of some kind of tank.
That's where it came from. Yes.
There's a
no difference.
Black Dog grand finals. There's a Chrysler K grand finals. There's the 1357F grand final. In fact, I think I never traded mine in, so I think in fact, I'm pretty sure that my Tier 7 1357. Yep. So this still has the old WattLeague.net paint scheme on it.
That's the one. It's got the big badge on the front, hasn't it? Yeah,
this one does. Yeah. This one doesn't actually, but the GF does. The GF has the big badge or something on it, as I recall. Like you said. Let's see here.
Yeah. It's just that I was scrolling along and I thought, hang on a minute. I mean, I've never ever played it.
There it is.
It's just sat in my garage, just sitting there.
Wargaming.net League. So it's got that badge on it.
Yeah.
And it's black.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Never played it. No stats on it at all. There you go.
And you can't change the style.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a style, isn't it?
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah.
It's a color and a badge. If you want to call that a style, then yes, it's a style.
But there's no stat difference.
No. Zero.
No.
It's the same. Zero.
Yeah, no, I'll put it in the comparison with the other one, and it's nothing. It's not. It's
None more black.
None.
It's a fine line between creativity and stupidity.
Yeah, isn't it just? Mostly drops on the side of stupidity, but hey.
All right, fantastic. I'm glad we could answer your question, Pilgrim.
Good, thank you.
Oh, man. So, Wattpocalypse, compensation. You guys should get all that stuff. I think I did when I logged in. Let's see.
Yeah, I did. I got a whole world of stuff. It's quite nice. Repair kits, first aid kits, fire extinguishers.
Did we get it yesterday? When did this start? It must have been yesterday because I'm not showing it. I must have got it and didn't notice it.
No, I didn't log in yesterday on this account, so I got it all this morning.
Yeah, so I must have got it yesterday when I logged in. In theory. Let's see, could I
And
figure it out?
the mist decal. We got the mist decal as well as compensation.
Yeah.
Nice. Don't know what to do with it. Can't sell it. Don't want to put it on a tank. It'll go with the other.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. There's a tank university right now?
No, there isn't. There can't be.
It says right here.
Where?
Hold the phone.
Did we miss that one? Why didn't
did I
anybody
do-
want to tell us? Oh.
Double crew, big discounts, Britannic Duo, ranked Cobra, free selection. Is there not an article on it? Fellas. What was that? What was that, chat? There isn't Tank University, but there is. Is it just in the missions and there's no code? We're going to spend all kinds of time trying to figure this out, and it's just not going to exist, is it?
No.
There's no. I don't see
It's
it.
really, really difficult, isn't it?
That's good compensation because you can sell it for 44,000 credits. What are we talking about? Oh, the Mystical. Oh, yeah. You can sell those? Good.
Can you?
So we got... we got compensated.
Oh dear. Do you know what? You're right, Randall. Blame it on the guy who trolleys the tea trolley around the office. It's his fault. Or her fault. Oh dear. I don't know. I just love it.
Oh, dude.
It's too early in the morning for you, isn't it?
I don't even know where to start with that. Wait. I figured it out. Hold on, guys. I figured it out. Now I know what's happening here. Hold on, let me bring it up because I think this is really important. Here's the key. For players participating in Tank University, which is nobody. Perfect. That makes sense.
Absolutely.
So they're not wrong, right? They're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
You get these if you're participating. The trick is nobody's participating because it does not exist.
Oh dear.
See play. That's great. My wife said to me this morning, "What would you do if I won that?" I said, "I'd take my half and leave you." She said, "Great. I won 12. Here's your 6. Get out of here."
Stay in touch. Oh, fantastic.
That is good. Oh man.
Wow.
I That's great, man.
I know.
That's directly under the conversation earlier about the website, guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
somebody went in there and went, all right, what's the compensation? And somebody in the back office that really doesn't play or whatever notices, here's all the things that happened in April. Probably grabbed a list or something from last year or who knows what. Oh yeah. Don't forget Tank University. Ah, good idea. Let's put some Tank University
Yeah,
compensation
they'll
in.
love that. They'll love that. We won't get so much grief on the forums now.
Or is it a case of it actually is running, but they forgot to put the article out?
Oh yeah, and there's no click the button link to be able to activate them. You click twice or 3 times to activate each class of tank. They've forgotten all that. Maybe because we complained about clicking the buttons, they've decided to remove the buttons altogether and not let anybody click anything. It's not happening, but
It's absolutely. It's just amazing. That's so amazing. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh dear.
All right, guys.
It's a book. Sorry, loot boxes are for sale, but we're not telling you.
All right. We've been at it for an hour. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, guys, and then we're going to come back. 71 AMC, how are you, man? Give me 5 minutes. We'll be right back.
71 AMC.
All right, we are back, guys. We are back. So, this next subject du jour is going to be. I'm going to take on a little bit of risk here. Randall.
Ah,
Randall. Yes, that is exactly what we're gonna. That's exactly what we're gonna talk about right now. So I'm going to take on a little bit of risk because there's 37 people in here watching, and there has to be several fans of this particular anime. I'm going to start by saying I am not a hater of anime. I like the stylistically, it's pretty cool. There were shows I grew up with that were in the anime style, like Thundercats, several others. What was the one with the space battleship that was so cool? I enjoyed that. Yeah, so Randall's kind of saying it. As a father of a young girl who is recently in high school, my issue with this particular show and the tie-in is essentially, and like I said, I'm taking on some risk with you guys, and it's fine if you don't like what I'm saying. I got it, and it's not necessarily a fall on my sword thing. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do or not do in a second, but I'm going to try to articulate my view on it, and you can take it or leave it. Again, it's not a fall on my sword thing. I do not like that this particular show has high school age girls raging around with super short skirts on. There are some pictures out there of pinups with the characters from this show on it in short skirts. One of them with her hiney poking out at people. And dude, I am no prude. I'll tell you that right now. That is not the issue. I just This one is just not something I dig, right? And it's not a thing of you're an evil person, or you're, you know what I'm saying? It's just, for me personally, let's just leave it at that. For me personally, it's not my thing.
No.
Yeah, I get it, Kedge, that, but it's odd to me, and I've noted this with this company in the past, and I'm going to be critical of them again here. Their take on females is 30 years old. It is a very Eastern European take on the. Again, it sounds like white knighting, but dude, I live in the West. We've gone through this, right? And they're 30 years behind on this, and they are still. And I think Japan has a bit of an issue with some of their culture, with some of this kind of thing too. 30 years behind the West in regards to the male and female thing. And again, I'm no egalitarian equality guy by any means, not even close to that. But I don't know. I just have to. It has to be said. So, when we can discuss a little bit as we go. I don't want to get into politics, or even though that really is part of it to some extent. I will not be doing content on this. Just for your essay, there will be no review of this tank from me. Yes, Sutek. That is the problem, and the whole female crews are prizes thing that they went through, which still kind of happens a little bit, right? The snow maidens, all of that stuff. I don't care that there's women characters in the game. That's not the point. Of course, there should be. When you create a character, there should be a drop down, or hire a crew member. There should be a drop down that says male, female. Period. Done. We're done.
Absolutely.
And then if some special crews are female or male, great. I mean, if you have a tie-in, Chuck Norris is a male. He's a male. You have a female tie-in star of something, Starlight, from the boys. They're female. Got it. That's perfect. And you're done. You don't have to play these stupid games.
No.
It's 2021 in the world gaming environment. It shouldn't even be a discussion point anymore. But specifically to this tie-in, these are high school kids. I spent a little time looking up. I'm like, hey, how old are these kids? I mean, I don't know what's going on here. It's very clearly they're 16, 17. The older ones might be 18. But even if you go, there's the magic cutoff, adult, not adult, which is a whole nother subject.
Oh, yeah.
It's still objectifying high school kids.
Yeah.
And I got no time for it, man.
No. It's for my penny's worth, if you want it, it's a morality thing. I mean, my daughter's now 30, but at the age of 15, I would not let her go out of the house dressed like that, objectifying herself to, boys. It wouldn't happen. And it doesn't sit right with me right now. I get that wargaming have a commercial aspect to it, and there's obviously money to be made, but the whole concept of that age group being sexualized and then put out there as a bait for you to buy a tank or to involve yourself in the game in some way, it's not a concept that sits very well with me.
Well, and the counter argument to that, Pilgrim, which has some validity, I will admit, is that, well, that's a you problem, not a them problem, right?
Oh yeah, no.
At which point I go, yeah, okay, fine. And again, this is not me. I don't have the pitchfork and the torch. I'm not here to attack necessarily, directly attack wargaming, or even people who are fans of the show. If you're a 16-year-old boy, I got it, dude. I mean, when I was 16, I'd love that too. I got it.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna leave it at that. I won't get into other fans potentially.
I mean, one of the answers, just to interrupt you there, one of the answers from the Russian developers, who this was actually the same thing was put out, believe it or not, on the Russian forum. There was a lot of people going, this is a bit creepy, old men watching this. The developer's concept, the developer's answer to that was, well, you can always switch that part off if you want. It's non-historical. Switch it off, you won't see it.
Yeah, but then that takes every non-historical, which means you might like some of the other non-historical stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
and now you don't see any of it, right? You can't switch it off
You can't
individually.
just switch that off. You've got to
Yeah,
switch all your
yeah. So
non-historical
yeah,
off.
that's an answer. You certainly can do that, but
Yeah.
now all of a sudden,
That's
in
from the
order,
developers. That's the mindset of that particular group of people, the developers or the developer who answered the question.
and it doesn't have anything to do with me seeing it in game. It has to do with the company
Yeah,
tying in with it.
yeah,
No, it's hugely popular. There's no denying that. There's a giant fan base in the game that it enjoys that show.
yeah,
And some of the people grew up with it. They were young when they got into it. It's 10 years later. They're still a fan. That's a hard one, right? Because yeah, you were
yeah,
16 when you started, and now you're 26, and you're still
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, I remember that from my childhood, and I thought it
yeah,
was kind of cool.
yeah,
There's a saying, when you're a child, you do childish things, and when you're older, you put those away. But that's all people's personal journey, not mine. I'm not here to tell everyone they're wrong. I'm just saying where I am on that. So the
yeah.
I just won't be doing any
I mean,
content.
I remember you might not have had it over there, but Destiny Angel with Captain Scarlett. Did you have Captain Scarlett over there? And the Mysterons and all that. It was a marination thing, very much
Yeah, I don't know.
Thunderbird.
Yeah,
Okay, we used to have the Angels used to fly the jets. Captain Scarlet was like a super secret agent with his, it's a marionette thing like Thunderbird.
yeah,
But Destiny Angel, at the age of 13, I was in love with Destiny Angel.
yeah,
It was a puppet.
yeah,
I was like, wow, I'd love to
yeah.
meet her. But I'm not in love with her now. House generally kill me.
Yeah, Cliffy makes a good point. GI Joe fetishized war.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would use that word. I understand why you're using it, and I get it. That's a very modern take. It's a toy, right? And war is a thing. World War II, when GI Joe came out, you have to understand it in the context of the time. You can say the same thing a little bit about Girls and Panzer. Maybe it is aimed at younger kids, right? So it's not necessarily created for creepy people. So there's like I said, there's definitely an argument for all that. But the fact is that I am 53.
yeah,
They're doing a tie-in with a show that has underage girls in short skirts, and they've made pinups, and one of them has her arse pointed at you. That's a no-go for me.
no.
I mean, again, where you are in your life, that's not my problem, nor is it my issue, nor is it me telling you what to do. I don't do that. I'm out of the business. As I've grown older, I am out of the business of telling other people how to live. I have my own problems, my own thing. But just for you guys to understand, I won't be doing content on it
Yeah.
because of those reasons. And that's just where it is. You know what I'm saying?
It's difficult for wargaming because they have a player base which extends from one age group to the top age group, so 16 to 90 or whatever. So whatever tie-in they do with whatever, it's always going to be difficult for some of the age groups to get on board with it. So I understand that completely.
Oh, yeah,
But I'm
that's
like
the
you,
generation thing. It just happens. Yeah, absolutely.
it happens. But I'm like you. Personally, it doesn't float my boat, and personally, I wish it wasn't in the game. It's not something I want to see. It's not something I want to connect with. So I won't. Simple as that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just,
So, I mean, you
that's my
can.
personal thing.
The other part of being about being an adult and dealing with stuff like this is you have to learn how to ignore what you want to ignore
Oh
and,
yeah,
and not take it
yeah,
so personal. So that again, that's my dad hated rock and roll. Bizarre. He grew up in that era. He
yeah.
was he was born in 36. So when the war ended, he was 9, and then he was a teen in the early 50s, and then a 20, 21 by about 1955, I guess. Is that right? Something like that. 19
Right.
maybe. But anyway, yeah, 21 I think. And then he joined the military. But he was kind of brought up in the big band transition into rock and roll.
Yeah, yeah,
All of his heroes were the guys coming back from the war. It was their kids that did the rock and roll thing.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah,
identified more with the war era people than with the boomers afterwards, even though he had
yeah,
a
yeah,
foot in both worlds. And till the
yeah,
day he died, he despised rock and roll.
yeah.
It's just
Well, the thing is about that is it resurfaces. I love, but get this. I love the crooners. I love the old crooners. I love listening to that now, whereas I wouldn't have given it the time of day 30 years ago. So I like the big band and the crooners and the Frank Sinatras and all
yeah,
that. It sort of comes back to you. I don't know whether it's an age thing or something, but it's actually easy listening and it's quite nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I was 16, I was a punk rocker. Get that, right? I mean, I couldn't do the Mohican because I was in the army, but I mean, I was a punk rocker. I had pins in my nose and all sorts of nonsense. You know what I mean? On
yeah,
my off time. But I
yeah,
mean, I wouldn't dream of going out like that now. She'd
yeah,
kill me.
yeah, yeah. Cliffy, I'm with you on that. So regardless of the whole moralistic blah 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 we just went through, the other off-putting thing about that tank is the voices make me want to scratch my eyes out.
Well, just stick knives
Dude,
in my ears. Can't
I like,
hear this anymore.
good Lord, how could you watch an entire? Because I did the same thing, Clippy. I'm like, what is this about? So I got on YouTube and I watched some clips and stuff, and it's just, I'm like, oh my god.
Just you're like, oh God, Bennett.
That
Oh,
lilting, sing-song, high-pitched.
they're all on
Oh,
helium.
goodness gracious! It is so hard to take. It's so hard to take. Anyway, I wanted to address that with you guys, and there you go. So don't expect any content from me on that. No, it's actually in my garage. I have not had this conversation with Wargaming. I think maybe they're watching this and they'll hear this, but I don't think I'm specific. I was going to contact and go, don't even bother putting it in my account, but I'm not trying to start up an adversarial thing. So I think I'm going to take my own advice as an adult with free agency and my own opinion. I'm just going to ignore it.
Sorry, Bogey. Sorry, Guido. Sorry, Bogey. I didn't mean to place that picture in your head, but don't forget, I've still got the Guido grind in my head.
Well, that's what he was doing at the Sex Pistols concert. He was Guido grinding away.
Because you time travelled and came back and told me when I was 16 about Guido grind and how to do it.
The mosh pits, my goodness gracious.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Kedge, that show was pretty funny, but it got old after a while. I did enjoy it a little bit.
I've only just come across that on Netflix, and I can't get enough of it. It is apparently now it's come back again, hasn't it? But it's not so good, But
yeah, it's probably on its second season or third season by now.
Yeah. I'm actually I like it. It got me laughing so much. It's quite funny, but I guess it gets to a point where it just goes, it's not where it used to be.
Howie, I still have no damn idea what this whole conversation is about.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
That was good.
So very bad says, should I upgrade the KV-1S? Suis Scouts always win. That might be KV-1S may be one of the best Suis Scouts in the game. You just drive right at them.
It's slightly faster than the KV-1, so yeah, why not?
You know what? Very bad. Sometimes Streamlabs just takes the mickey out of all of us. That was. So let enemy girls drive my tank. Oh my goodness, great. Yeah, enemy sidetrack off. Click. Okay.
Yeah.
Done. All right. What else? Do we have anything else, man? You had a
I've got
contest.
Listen, this is an insider, and I guess you guys, I've been waiting to tell you guys about this because there is a way to get around paying too many bonds for a tank, or so I thought. If you look at the Battle Pass icon, click on there, and then you go to
Oh, hold on, let me do this for him.
Items for tokens. Yeah, have you got it?
Battle Pass.
And you go for items for tokens.
Okay.
And if you scroll down, you can see that there are economic reserves and bonds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you spend bonds and buy 1,800 tokens, you can get the Kunstpanzer, because it only takes 18 tokens, which is times 100, or so I thought.
Oh, so you can buy tokens with bonds, and they only cost 100 bonds each.
Yeah. So I was going to spend 1,800 bonds, right, which is like cheap as chips, and get the Kunstpanzer Tier 9 medium tank for like way cheaper than any bond tank you can actually buy.
How many tokens did you have when you started this? With the start of this exercise,
I used all my tokens up, so I was going to buy them with bonds.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I used them all up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I scrolled down, I clicked on the bonds, and it wouldn't let me buy. I thought, oh, Battle Pass, because I've completed it. It won't let me buy enough tokens.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was about to write on the forums about this.
Yeah. No, that's injustice.
Yeah,
that's a complete injustice.
Yeah.
Why does your UI not work?
Exactly, because I could have got a tank for basically 1,800 bonds instead of the 10 to 15,000 bonds.
Heck of a deal.
So I was about to be massive complaints on the forums.
Yeah.
Then I read it again, didn't I, Guido? Then I read it again. I spent an hour this morning raging with the dog. Yeah. Then I read it again, didn't I?
Did you guys all catch what he was trying to do?
Yeah.
So it's the other. Yeah, it's the other way around. It's one token gets you 100 bonds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn you, Pilgrinomics.
Yeah. So I was out there shouting at the clouds. And
man.
Cheap place.
Wargaming.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why they shut.
I'm giving you an A for effort, Pilgrim.
Well, I did try. I thought, you see, I was going to come on today and go, guess what, guys? I've got a way of getting a tank for really cheapest ships. Everybody needs to know.
I found the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. The Pilgrinomics exploit. The Pilgrinomics exploit.
Wayne's already got the Kunstpanzer. He's not bothered, really. I was so hyped for it. I genuinely thought that was what was happening. I was like, wow! I was like jumping up and down.
Yep, career army. Always trying to work something in the system, 100%.
There you go.
All right, what's your competition this week, man?
Right, okay. Well, the competition from last week, remember I said I'd roll it over and we'll make it 1,000 gold. Before I go there, Howie's got it right on the nail. He's hit the nail right on the head. They actually did that, but one of their wives caught them out and told them to reverse it. Anyway, get back to the competition. So the question last week was David John Fletcher, our star of the show of the Tank Museum. And it was, what honour did he gain from Her Majesty the Queen? What honour did he get? What armour service did he serve in? And how many books has he written? And it was a real struggle for everybody last week, so we rolled it over and we doubled the prize money to 1,000 gold. So I'm now going to give you the answers. I'm now going to give you the answers because somebody's already won it because they PM'd me this week.
Who won it?
Okay, so I'll give you the answers. So, what honour did he get awarded from the Queen was the MBE, the Member of the British Empire, bless him. What armour service did he serve in? He actually served in the Royal Navy for 2 weeks. So, whether that counts or not, but he served for 2 weeks and failed every examination he was given to take.
Now, did the winner say that, or did they say he didn't serve?
No, they actually said he served in the Navy.
Oh, so they got the no kidding details. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He said the reason why he was kicked out of the Navy because he on purposely failed the exams because he didn't want. Because when he joined the Navy, he joined an arm or a part of the Navy that didn't go to sea. He didn't know they didn't go to sea, and he wanted to go in a boat, and he was stuck on land. So he went, right, I'm going to fail every exam that I've done then. And they kicked him out. And he actually wrote 34 books on tanks. He was also involved with other publications, but his books that have his name against him is 34.
No kidding.
So there's the answers. 100,000 gold weight. No. There's the answers. The winner was G. Wyatt from the NA server. He PM'd me earlier on, which I've just done. I've just done the gold this morning to him because I thought I'd wait till today. So good news. Well done. Congrats. For that reason, there is no competition this week because it's bloody expensive. But I'll do it next Sunday for 500 gold. So
Okay.
no problem. It was rigged, Wayne. Yeah, yeah, he was Randall. He was a sick birth attendant. That's what they offered him. It wasn't that he was a sick birth attendant. He was some sort of scripter. Something he was writing. He had to write stuff, so he had to sit in an office on shore. And what they did in the Royal Navy, if you didn't want to work at that particular career, you were entitled to one change, but they would offer you that change, and they offered him sick birth attendant, which effectively is a coffee boy for the doctors and nurses. So he went, nah, shove that, mate. I'm not doing that. I'll fail my exams. So yeah. Good
Holy
lesson.
cow! There you go. There you go. Texas Red Eagle, I missed that. Thank you for the follow. If you're still here, I apologize for not shouting that out when it happened. K91 is not as shown. What are you talking about, Deadhead? Do not try what Wargaming shows in the video. Oh, are they showing it super aggressive or something? Just around midnight. What's up? Compensation for not winning. That's exactly right. You owe me, Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a free decal, and it'll be a Pilgrim decal,
Yeah.
and I'll give you a day's worth of premium, and I'll give you a 3-day rental of a Sheridan. How about that? Not.
A little bit of detail on the decal, though. It will be Pilgrim in a short schoolgirl skirt.
It will, yes. With little white
So
socks.
fair warning. Fair warning.
Oh dear.
Cliffy wants more Tank University points. That one's hilarious. I can't even believe that. I need to remember that because I need to ping Domo and say, hey, what's up with the compensation for Tank University? Was that an oversight? Is it actually happening and you forgot to do the article? What's going on with that?
Oh dear.
Was that enough? I wonder if that was enough points to get anything out of it. Probably not, because I didn't see any other gifts show up.
Oh, I don't know. What's the?
Yeah, I don't know what it gave you. It gave you some
they wouldn't
stuff.
do that, would they?
Yeah, I don't know if it was enough stuff to trip whatever the missions were. I don't know.
It's fair. It's a fair whack. It's 50 odd tokens, isn't it, per class? So no, it's a day's worth, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Deadhead. I did a video on that thing, and I did show some aggressive gameplay in it, but that was against lower tier stuff. So it can do it in a pinch. It's like a really bad medium when it does that. It can do it better than a lot of casemates can, because it is quite maneuverable, but its armor doesn't hold up very well. And of course, it's a casemate, so that's, brawling and circling and doing all that stuff with a casemate is not easy. All right, cool. Well, that's all I've got today, Pilgrim, man. You got anything else for the boys and girls and people and ladies and gents?
No, you know what? It's one of those. Apart from the fact that I've now got to go and cut my lawn, my garden, the grass, or yard, as you guys called it. So I'm going to suffer now with the pollen intake.
I did that yesterday, but today's digging day. I have to go level out my paver area. Bonzi,
it's horrible,
what's
isn't
happening?
it? Because it just messes your head up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I can't wait for the end of the day today. Oh, I tell you what I did. I meant to mention, because I did mention it on stream. I've painted my hallway yesterday. Brilliant to start to paint the house. We're doing the house.
Excellent.
And I'm not a do-it-yourself man whatsoever. I'd rather get somebody in to do it. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys. Pay somebody else to do it. But I actually did it yesterday, and it's looking all right, actually.
Doom Sniper, I am actually considering that a little bit, especially since it's dust and pollen that's kicking my rear. My only problem is it's 80, it's 90 degrees and 99% humidity in the summer here. I don't know if I could get through an entire mowing job with a mask on. I'd probably pass out. It'll be soaking wet within 10 minutes, so I don't know. But it is definitely, that is valid suggestion to keep the dang pollen out and dust out of your face. Yeah, I have considered that.
And you're not going to look any different these days because everybody's wearing masks, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. Eighth Hussars is still freezing. Holy cow. Let the mustache, yeah, just get the big bushy out there. Yeah, that's a good idea. Drink heavily, okay.
Just around midnight is having struggles with dackles.
N95 with a vent, that might work. Still going to be hotter though, right? No matter what you do.
Yeah, but you know what? In the military, you know this, that you're not allowed beards generally unless you're in the navy or an accepted trade, because your respirator doesn't work, doesn't form a seal on the skin.
Yeah. What's a dust mask?
Well, yeah, there is that. Eat the local honey. I've heard that as well.
Cool, guys. Well, I appreciate everyone coming by. Thank you for the follows. There was a sub earlier. I appreciate that as well. You use in Alabama, use a dust mask, really? I typed dust mask, but it just showed basic masks. You're talking about ones with filters? Like a 3M filtered mask? Dust mask, Amazon.com. Hold on, let me see what it shows here.
Wait, it's the number one. It's the number one mask show on stream at this time in the morning.
Oh, I see it. So dust mask with filters, woodworking, mowing. Well, there you go.
Oh, cool.
There you go. All right. Ooh, they even have some camouflage ones. I can be very tricky.
Check you out, man. Yeah.
Okay. I may have to try that. I appreciate those suggestions. That might be the way to go. Oh, and sanding. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Oh, I know the ones. Yeah, I know the ones. They got like a filter on the front. Is that what it looks like?
Oh. This guy's going to make me famous. Bam. There we go. Bye.
And N95. N95 mask.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's all I've got, man. That's it from the left side of the Atlantic.
And that's it from the correct side of the Atlantic. Take care, everybody.